Hi, my name is Roy Coughlan and welcome to the show. I've also got 5 podcasts: The Awakening Podcast, exposing fraud and corruption, but with solutions; the Crypto Podcast, on about all things blockchain, NFTs, crypto; the Meditation Podcast, talking about all different types of meditation, but there's also meditations there from 1 minute to 2 hours. And the other one's the Learn Polish Podcast. So if you're interested in learning Polish, you can do that. And the other one is Speaking with Roy Coughlan, and I just have guests from around the world talking about either public speaking or also about their book or just general life in general. And you'll find everything on bio.link/podcaster. I'm also a podcasting coach, and you see the QR code there, and it's also on my link as well. And if you're interested in actually going on some podcast shows, I'm helping people doing that. Or if you're interested in sponsorship, you can contact me. And I'd like to thank my sponsor, DanielPacker.com. He helps people with anxiety, stress, and addictions. He's got a 90% success rate, and you only pay if you're successful. So be sure to check him out, DanielPacker.com. I hope you enjoyed this week's show. Welcome to the Crypto Podcast. You'll find all our episodes on thecryptopodcast.org. My guest today, Chief Communications Officers of Cheelee, that's CHEELE.io. She's an author, serial entrepreneur, expert in communications, leadership, and sales. Please welcome Viktoriia Miracle.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for having me on the podcast, and thanks for tuning in and listening or watching.
Yeah, no problem. So, I've kind of given the kind of bullet points of what you're doing, but you might just kind of introduce yourself a bit to the listeners.
Yes, absolutely. I've been a pretty long time entrepreneur since I was 17 and 18, and I've done several Web2 businesses, like, brick and mortars and different marketing agency. The one I had before I started professionally in Web3, and that started a little bit over 2 years ago. And I've done a lot of business development, fundraising, marketing, and communications for different projects. But then I found Cheelee, and I really, it's the first company that I actually decided to join as a team member. And now here I am supporting us on communications and other different things that every startup has to do, right? It's like you have one title, but then you do everything and anything, as we want all our company to grow.
Yeah. So before we delve into that, I see you've been to 46 countries. I love traveling myself. Ooh. So, like, where have you been that kind of went, oh, I love this? Where's the best places you've been?
Well, first of all, it's already 50.
Oh, you've already got up.
Since I sent you. Yes, I just came back almost from Mozambique. That was very interesting, Africa and safari experience. My favorite, I never could say like a favorite one place, but I divide them into this subjects. It's walking city. I love Paris. I used to live in France and I love Paris. For beach country, I love Seychelles. Oh my God, have you guys been in Praslin? It's like a paradise. And the third is the ski. It's Switzerland, St. Moritz. That's where I learned how to ski, and I came back, and it's absolutely gorgeous. The little town in the Christmas with the lake, and oh my gosh, it was just really, really beautiful.
Okay, no, excellent. So,
what is your favorite one?
Well, I've had different places. I love Tallinn as a city. I spent 2 different years, a whole month there. I went there last year with my son, and then 4 years prior. So it was like really safe, lovely, plenty of things to do. But that was during the summer. Not sure if I'd like it during the winter. And I've been to Costa Rica as well. And not the cities, but kind of the islands and stuff like that around the kind of coast, and really felt very good there energy-wise. Been to Bali, and I just love traveling. I like going to different places, try the cuisine, and just, connecting with the locals. Because like a lot of times if you go to these different events, most people, they stay in the resort, they stay in the high-class hotels. I prefer staying downtown and just kind of going to the local restaurant and just kind of seeing what everything is like. Because you don't experience that if you're going to the resort.
Yeah, I can see the kind of idea you like, really tropical places. I also live in Thailand and Costa Rica by a couple months. Yeah, it's absolutely gorgeous. I agree. Better to just go local as you can, and enjoy the local people, community. And it really shows you the country's soul, I would say, instead of just staying in a resort. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so let's kind of tell me your kind of crypto journey as well before we delve into the company.
I support several companies, and well, Cheelee, as of now, Cheelee is a social media platform, short video content, like TikTok, if you're thinking about it, of user experience. But on TikTok, let me ask you this question: like, have you ever felt like you wasting time after you're closing the app, any social media app?
I think it's one question I ask most of my guests about the social media, and I think most people don't like it because, one, it's a time suck, and two, if you're talking about TikTok, I've kind of understood it at an early stage that, you see the silly dancing, press a button, I don't want to see this. So I get very good content because that's what I kind of look for, but most people don't, and they're spending hours you see people like they're like zombies, and unfortunately most of the social media is like that. So obviously, you're going to tell me your one is better and different.
For sure, because in our application, you're not only having entertainment, but you're also able to earn tokens and money by watching feed. So our mission is to provide everybody opportunity with be able to monetize their time on social media despite the numbers of subscribers. Why? Because first, we found that problem that an insane amount of people spending about between 2.5 hours, Gen Z's 5 hours on social media apps and get nothing for it, right? With the feeling of wasted time. And huge amounts of money being accumulated with the corporations, as well a tiny bit of it in influencers, content creators. But if you think about it, who is paying the money for, right? Where they're accumulating money? It's advertisers. Why advertisers pay social media companies is to have the eyeballs, the attention of people on their ads. So that means the product, it's people, it's not content creators, but nobody's rewarding people. So that's why we started at Cheelee, and we rewarding people for watching content as well.
And just for those that wouldn't know, I've got a few different YouTube channels, and to be honest, my crypto one, but I put them on my own channel, so it's actually got way more traction on my own channel. But the crypto one never kind of grew for some reason. I went up to like 1,000 subscribers. They just removed it without even telling me. My awakening one, they removed that. They gave me strikes on that one. That was a couple of years ago. They didn't like what I was putting, even though everything has been true what I put out there, but got strikes. And you just get a general kind of response. It's like automated. They don't even write it specifically. I said, where exactly is there something that's not true? They can't do that. And regarding monetization, because my Polish channel, because I've got the Learn Polish podcast, that's got about 1.2 million views, and I started monetizing it. So after about 400,000 views, you would think you'd make good money, about $400. Yet if I was to advertise on that, it would probably cost me between 400,000 and $1 million. So it's pennies. It's people, because people see the likes of Mr. Beast and all these kind of top players, and they think, oh, that's what it is, but it ain't. They're paying a fraction. It's not even a cent. It's less than a cent.
Yes, exactly. So, and then if you think about how much advertisers paying, and they're sharing with the content creators, but nobody's rewarding people, that's kind of suck. I would say that's sad. It's because people are starting getting more aware of their data usage and companies monetizing on their data usage, but who's getting rewarded? It's the companies. So we have a revenue share model where we split 70% towards our stability fund. We call it stability fund. Which functions is the first one is to reward users. Then also we do a sales of in-app purchases. So it's 100% goes back to that. It's a NFT. And then it's support of the token. So then we make sure we're rewarding people with the token that is not volatile, because the crypto has this problem, right? It's very volatile. So that's why we have 2 tokens, Cheelee and Lee, and you can earn Lee tokens while you're watching feed. And then once you exchange that to fiat dollars, then there has to be stable. So that's why our stability fund takes care of all of those functions.
And do people have to pay then to be watching, or how is it done?
When they land on the platform, you're creating a profile. So when you land on the platform, you don't have to register to watch content. You can watch content right away already, and then you can choose. Right? Do you want to register or you don't want to register? So you can register by email or phone number, and create a profile. So when you're creating a profile, you will accept the terms and conditions. So we will create automatically NFT for you, free NFT, that will earn a certain amount of tokens. And then you can see the gamification mechanics and how that works, and you can choose. Do you want to upgrade your account so you can actually earn more, or you can just stay, you know, and watch for free, like on every other platform, or be content creator? You can also choose to be content creator, and then we can talk about it. Why is it really beneficial as well? Maybe even more than for watching and upgrading your account and making money. So that you have a choice, right, on every step, and you have to choose. And I think that's the best way, because on TikTok, on Instagram, we don't have a choice. We just do whatever the platform is set up for, and we can choose, do we want to be monetized, or do, you know, or do company earn money, or do I want to earn money as well for watching a feed and giving my attention to those videos or the content.
What about censorship then? Because I get it when there's really crazy stuff being put up, or kind of stuff that's going to hurt somebody, or teaching them how to create a bomb or whatever it is. But like, I started building the TikTok. I started putting up shorts of the podcast. Even my Polish ones got strikes, and then I'd have to appeal and everything, which is time. I mean, sometimes you get, you know, I'd wanted like 13,500 views. I thought, okay, this is good. This could be a good way of building my audience. And I was getting strike. And I mean, there was nothing major. Like, it was like just, and like, there's no way, you're not dealing with humans. They're not going to come back to you and say, hey, you need to be doing this or whatever. You haven't a clue. So I stopped trying to build it, because it's like, you're building something and it takes a lot of energy. It was like my YouTube channels, you know, and then all of a sudden they just go, all right, thanks very much. I mean, I know it's better to have your own kind of website with your email list and everything. But what's your kind of plan for that? Because one, you do definitely need to have kind of a censorship, because there is nutters out there, without a doubt. There's people putting up stuff that's crazy. And what's strange is that a lot of stuff tends to stay there, and the good stuff that's kind of giving you advice is taken off. So how are you going to navigate that?
Yeah, so we're not connected to any government or anything. Like, that's why I think Instagram, they have to kind of do a lot of those stuff, because you know, they're supporting one or certain political party. And for our platform, our AI marks like content like blood, you know, or terrorism. Of course, that is we're detecting, so then it's not coming out to the people. But we do not, you know, we do not do any censorship, because it's your, you know, it's your free speech. You gotta say whatever you want to say, and I think it's normal for people to be able to say whatever they think, or teach people whatever they think it's right, and whoever's choosing to watch it, you know, that they have to choose to watch that content or not. So yeah, we're pretty open with this, and we do have a moderators. So if there's a lot of people that will say, hey, this content, it's out of range, yeah, our moderators will look at it, but it's people that's looking at it. It's not a system.
And have you got kind of track? Because I mean, like, I've heard of, you know, the Mexican cartels kind of using some of these social media platforms and putting up really dodgy stuff. So you're going to experience that. Everybody, unfortunately, you know, when a different platform comes in. So obviously the moderators and people kind of flag it and all that. But like, is there systems to kind of prevent the guy, he gets kicked off and then he does it again tomorrow? Like, have you kind of tracking of IP, or how is it actually done that you prevent someone just repeating?
We have a very robust anti-fraud and bot system that will definitely see, you know, if, like, for example, if there's a bot, it will detect you based on your behaviors, because we know mostly, you know, most human behavior, and it's been doing pretty well. They will block the bots. But in terms of if person come back, yes, you can only have one account. It's against the rules to have two accounts. So from your IP for sure, and from your phone, we will track that. So if you've been doing something really, you know, naughty or like bad, we will know that. And once you create again another account, we definitely will mark your account. You can still use, for example, you can still use the platform, but you won't be able to do, like, to earn money or to do certain things.
And when you're kind of cashing in then, because one of the things that I always find frustrating is I can buy as much crypto as you want, but then when you're trying to cash in, it's like you need to do know your customer and have a bill in your name, which is insane as far as I'm concerned, because if you've got a passport, why doesn't that suffice, or a driving license, because you have to go through so much crap to get that anyway. But do you have to know your customer? And it's really, the reason I say is a lot of people in the blockchain world, they're nomads. So they don't have a home address. A lot of them are going from B&B. They might go away, rent a house for 3 months in Bali, and then they're going somewhere else. They don't really, so there's no bills in their name. So I'm just curious, when people go through your platform, do they have to do the know your customer and give a bill? No, brilliant.
No, because your phone, it's your kind of identification, right? And we all have one phone. I mean, sometimes people do have 2 phones, but that's not not common. So no, your phone, it's your KYC. But for example, on our platform, like when you choose to upgrade account, you buy an NFT. In certain countries, you're already able to do this just through your credit card. And it's just so simple to buy crypto as well as to cash out. That's why let's say TikTok, they won't add token because it's just, they're too big. They haven't thought through that model when they started. So for us, that's right, like why we have to be on a blockchain, because otherwise, if we reward you with money, we will have to get compliant with the fiat in every country, which is impossible to do. And for the growth, it will be too slow. So that's why we're rewarding you with the tokens. And yeah, your identity, it's your account. So then you can, cash out that money from the platform. Yeah.
And where's the company
Does that make
based?
sense?
Yeah, absolutely. Where's the company based?
We incorporated in Singapore.
Okay, Singapore. Yep. And so you might take me through, like, if somebody's doing it, because you're basically saying they can earn by kind of as they're scrolling like normal. So if they're upgrading, so how much do they have to pay to upgrade? What's the kind of money that they could earn by doing it?
Yeah, so it's free to start. You will earn, try yourself, like you will earn, tokens already with the free account. But we have to understand this as a business. We can't just give money as much as we want to for the free account. So if you choose to upgrade, that will determine based on the price of NFT you buy. So for, like, let's say for Asia countries, we launched and it's available everywhere. I'm just saying for Asia countries because we wanted to lower down the tier. It's $10 NFT. Then it's a $50 NFT, and then a $450 NFT. And then there will be soon available also bigger tiers. And you can earn in about like the biggest guy, I think the biggest case that they earned was the X3.6. I think it's going down a little bit now, of course, as we grow, but it will be maybe X1.5, 1.2. So you will, get back, let's say you buy a $10 NFT, or let's say $50 NFT, you will earn about, like the one I earned, I had the $50 NFT and I earned about like $60 or $70 on top of it.
And are like the advertisers coming to you then, and you're putting the adverts inside in the actual platform?
Yeah, so the 100% of the NFT sales goes back to Stability Fund. We only take transaction fee. And for the advertisement, we are starting right now soon, as I think we're already past the mark of 1 million users as of this week, which is really good.
No, that's excellent.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. And as we're growing and as we have more audience, we will start ads in different countries and start, through the ad networks. And that's where 70% of those will go to Stability Fund to people, and 30% we keep as a company for operations and the other profits and everything else.
And what about, like, say for the content creators then, are you looking for kind of short term, 30 seconds, minute, or is it long term as well, or does it matter?
For now, it's a short form content. We are planning to optimize also platform in the future for educational purposes, so that might be included. But I can't say because we're still finalizing that. We're still building. But for content creators, for right now, you don't earn as a content creator, but we're releasing a content creator payment structures and their rewards later on in the next year. So then it's a perfect time for you guys to come on and start building your audience. So once the payments for the content creators will start to kick in, that's where, you know, you already will have a lot of audience, and that's going to be easier for you to earn. So I think that's like the best place right now if you want to be content creator, which we found, you know what we found, between 16 and 35 years old, 60% of people wants to be influencers. It's crazy. Nobody wants to do anything anymore. Everybody wants to be influencers, record videos, but it's, I mean, it's fun. We love you guys, you know, and we are content creators ourselves. So if it's really, really hard, just think about it. On TikTok, on Instagram, it takes you forever to become popular, to gain the audience, because they're so saturated already. It's crazy saturated. So on our platform, as we just crossed the mark of 1 million users, which is about 7 months since launch. We launched 7 months ago. That's where you have a chance, an amazing opportunity to start building audience fast. Like imagine TikTok before, right? Just imagine if you got on it 5 years ago, how fast would you build your audience instead of doing it now? So the same right now, Cheelee is the good place. It's a good place to start building your audience.
And is it the same like most of the social media that you'll get followers then that like your content, and of the 1 million users that you've got, the exact kind of same thing? And like, because obviously I haven't seen, I haven't downloaded it, but I will, because I think it's probably good for me as a podcaster with the different shows, because I create shorts on it. But is there like, can people comment, give thumbs up, hearts? What's the kind of different things that people can do on it?
Yeah, they can. We actually have like the thumbs up like this. If you're watching it, I don't know how to show, how to explain.
It's
that.
like the demonic one. Well, that's more that like yeah, it's like a telephone.
So
that's
you
the
give a
old
thumbs
one
up.
we'd say before.
Yeah, like a telephone kind of emoji. Yeah, it's like you give a thumbs up, you have a comments, like like a very, you know, everything that is on social media. Short video content available, the same things we're building future, and everything is pretty much the same. The difference is that you can be rewarded for the time that you're spending it, not only as a content creator but also as an ordinary user, and despite the number of subscribers.
And for, say, like the content creator, I'm just talking about now from my experience, because I mean, I've got 5 podcasts, I've got, you know, a lot of social media, and you get nut jobs out there. So you can hide a comment, report a comment as well. Does that? Yeah. Okay. Because that's very important, because, you know, people abuse, that's their job, you know, they're spammers, they're trolls, whatever. But so the sooner you get rid of them, the more, you know, the better the experience for the decent people. That's the way I see it. But most, you know, even Twitter, like, you know, it's gone very negative, like, you know, and I think people are realizing, you go into Twitter now and it's like, there's nothing positive about it. They're just sharing all terrible stuff. So, you know, and like with what I've noticed with all these different social medias, that people are buying all the number. Like, I know, because I've researched my guests when I'm like when I'm doing a lot of the things, or if I'm going on the show. So I see, oh, they've got like, say, you know, 100,000 Twitters or Instagrams or whatever, and you know by the interaction that it was bought, because people can buy it. But I'm assuming, because the way your system is set up, nobody can do that, because they can't get into the system to do that.
Yeah, we're removing bots. We actually, you know, like usually when social media building, they will, you know, calculate bots as the users. We actually removing bots every month. Like for us, it's important not to have them. So that's, it's mostly, you know, real people interactions. I mean, can they be there? For sure, people will create them, but we're working on automating that process, so then we can remove them, you know, accordingly as we see them.
Okay, and I see like there's glasses that you kind of well, you might explain what exactly they are, the glasses, and I see you can upgrade as well. You might kind of
that is the upgrade. So the digital glasses, so it's not physical. Most of the time, so when I share more about it, everybody's like, are they physical? I'm like, no, it's digital glasses, so it's an NFT. You're buying NFT, it's just in the picture with the glasses. There's a simple rare type, there is, you know, it's going to be legendary later. Also soon later we will release one that will allow you as a content creator boost your content through meanwhile you have that NFT. And it started from $10.50 to $450, and then you basically wear them. But that's the gamification process kind of the social media that we have. and you're able to wear them. And that's where you have a certain point of your attention. So let's say you have about, I don't know, 20 minutes a day to earn money, to watch, to earn money. And later on, you can watch, but you won't earn money because you have to like recharge the glasses. And that's also, I think it's good for your mental health, because then you will understand how much time you're spending on it as well. You're like, oh, okay, your attention is over. So you're like, okay, let me, you start to be more cautious about your time. And I think this is beautiful for teenagers and for the youngsters as well, for the mental health.
Is there an age limit for people that can kind of get into this?
I don't actually know, maybe 14, 15, 16, 13.
Okay. But I mean, like,
Sorry,
see, the thing is, I mean, my
know.
son is 9 and I didn't want him on, and now he created his own YouTube channel. The problem is all his friends are doing it. And the thing is, yeah, you stop them and then they're not connecting with all their friends. So I think they find ways how to do it anyway. So, but that's why my fear was like, somebody had said to me that on Twitter that there's porn, and I was like, what? And it's like unreal, like as bad as you get. So like that's my fear, that like I don't want my son seeing it. I mean, he's not on Twitter, but I mean, like if he was in some platform and they're not only kind of beatings and stuff like that, but porn as well, like you'd say, this shouldn't be allowed, but for some reason, yeah, that's all good. Like, so I presume something like that as well would be flagged and removed from your system.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we have AI detection. So we have like 5 people in our AI department, R&D, that is building all the algorithms for those purposes. Yes, for sure.
Oh, brilliant. So like your book, you might just tell me about your book, because you're an author as well. So you might tell me what the name of the book is.
It was about networking. It's I co-author it with amazing people. There was 2. So first, it got to like bestseller in Amazon. One was about how to network. It's like a 1-page tip from many authors on like what's the best for networking. And the second book was about how to launch your online course. So that was 2 books. I think it was a few years ago already. Oh my gosh, before COVID. When COVID was? It was a couple of years
2020,
ago.
I think.
It
feels like 10 years, and it feels like it lasted 10 years. But I think it was March 2020, I believe, is when it started.
Yeah, so it's been like 3-4 years ago when I launched those books. Yeah, it's been a fun experience. That's what I all did when I had the marketing agency, and I think there was a kind of a natural step progression of releasing a book, doing more marketing for the marketing agency that I owned before. Did you do any books yet?
Did I do?
Are you going to release your own book?
I've done a planner, but I actually wrote a book, but I didn't release it. I printed it. That's it there, the Awakening, New World Revolution, and I got it in 20 people's hands, and they said I'd be whacked if I released it. So I said, I didn't really care. But my mum said, "What about your children?" And I went, "Oh, okay." So yeah,
okay,
yeah. But I think people now are more
try to release it anonymously.
Yeah, no, somebody else said
maybe
that.
Anonymous, it's a good idea.
Yeah, exactly. No, so just finally, like, cause like when people kind of sign up for this and everything, is there videos that they can? Because like not everybody understands NFTs and everything. Have you got kind of like a system to make it simple for people? Because sometimes people get confused when there's something new there.
Yes, very simple. So when you sign up, I think we will leave a link, to download the app. When you sign up, you don't even have to sign up first. You just download, and you will have already videos going through. So yeah, if you want to, support us to understanding what's better to show you, just click a few seconds on the video, and you can say, I don't want to see this video, right? Or I like this video. And you can register by email or your phone number, or just with like Apple ID, you can just sign up with the phone if you have iPhone, and like hide your email perhaps. And then you just have to agree to the terms and conditions. That's where you're getting your free NFT, and you're able to earn some money. And that's it. That it's all simple through phone. And if you want to purchase it on iPhone, it's available through Apple Store. You can purchase it through like Binance Pay, as well as through credit cards in some countries. Some countries might not have that.
Is it on Android as well? Is it?
Yeah. It's most of actually 85 users, 85% of our users is on Android. So if you have Android, you're lucky, because I have iPhone and I'm not. We're releasing updates on Android like every week like crazy. And like on iPhone, it's a little slower because the App Store, it just gets really longer. So yeah, if you're Android user, always, let me know. If we will probably leave my handles and stuff, like if you like something or you think it will be good feature to add, and always can DM me, and I'm happy to pass on to our team, to tech team as well.
Okay, and just I know I said finally, but finally, what like when I'm looking at videos, I watch it by 2. On BitChute, it goes by 2 to by 4. By 4 is too much, but on audio, I can listen to up to 3.5 times. What options have you got that you can speed it up, and what options have you got?
Not yet, but we have that on our roadmap. We're still a startup. We don't have everything that every social media network does, but I think we're leaders in terms of attention economy and rewarding users and really caring about our users, not just making money on them. That's why our model is 70-30%, right? It's pretty fair. And what I want to say, it's like, imagine, I will assume everybody knows what Airbnb is. Before, just think about it. When, like 10 years ago, before Airbnb came out, have you ever thought of when you left your apartment to travel, have you ever thought, oh my God, I'm not making money on my apartment? You haven't, right? It wasn't in our attention. It wasn't in our awareness. So now when you're traveling, you're like, okay, I have to make money on the apartment because like I'm traveling and I can make my money back, right? But it's the same with Cheelee. It's like, for the kids, they don't understand that attention is very expensive, and the time is the most precious resource that they have. And with Cheelee, if you want like your kids or your brother, or your nieces, started to understanding that from the early age on, it's better for them to use Cheelee than the TikTok or Instagram, because this way they're experientially learning that the time is valuable. And like, I don't want to spend any more time on other social networks because I don't get my money back. I don't get the money for my time that I spend. So I think it's a beautiful way to teach kids that the time is the most valuable resource, and then you can get rewarded for your time and attention. So I think, like I said, to summarize, Airbnb, we did not know. When Airbnb showed up as this opportunity, we started to appreciate that and monetizing our apartments. It's the same with Cheelee. Now we're showing you that is possible, and it's just, there is no other way to not monetize your time. So you have to start doing it.
Yeah, I actually love what you're doing, because I see people are addicted to their phones, especially children, and I know that there's going to be a lot of kind of like even their necks and everything, because they're doing it for 5 hours. So the fact that you're conscious of that, because people do want to interact, and I like to do it in a kind of ethical way, and also for people to actually earn from it, I think is brilliant. So listen, Viktoriia, thoroughly enjoyed the conversation. You might let people know how they can get in contact with you.
Yeah, absolutely. You can find me on Twitter. It's VIK Miracle, or V Miracle. I'm pretty much everywhere, just V Miracle. So if any other network, so Viktoriia Miracle on LinkedIn. And Cheelee is the CHEELEE. You can find us on Twitter like Cheelee Tweet, or on Instagram, let's say Cheelee Global. So we're Cheelee Global pretty much everywhere, but Cheelee Tweet, we only Cheelee Tweet. So yeah, you can text us, so always DM, and we're pretty responsive. If you have any ideas, any add-ons, any comments, please do DM me. I always answer.
And it's cheelee.io is the actual main website.
Yes, cheelee.io. So CHEELEE. So it's EE. It's like in my name, it's Viktoriia, VIKTORIIA. I like it because it's double I.
Yeah, no, it's the first time I've actually come across that.
Yeah. Thank you so much for having me, and thank you so much for listening or watching, whatever you're doing this interview.
No, perfect. So I'll make sure I'll put all the links both on the audio and the video. And those that are listening, you'll actually see the video on BitChute, YouTube, Rumble. And also if you're on Spotify, the video goes out on Spotify. So until next week, you'll find all our episodes on our the cryptopodcast.org. I nearly said the Polish one there. Until next week, take care. So I hope you enjoyed this week's episode. Be sure to give us a thumbs up, 5-star rating, and share with your friends. And you'll find all my shows with the QR code or bio.link/podcaster, as well as my podcast coaching. And I'd like to thank my sponsor, danielpacker.com, helping people with anxiety, stress, and addictions. He's got a 90% success rate, and you only pay if you're successful. Also, if you'd like to go on a podcasting tour, I can help you do that. And if you're interested in sponsorship, you can contact me on my bio.link/podcaster. Until next week, take care.